Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you the 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe XRT. This is more like an adventure slash off-roady looking Santa Fe. There are 5 trims you could choose from on the Santa Fe. There is the SE, SEL, XRT, Limited, and Calligraphy. I'm not exactly sure if the XRT is right underneath the Limited or between the SE and the SEL, but this is the adventure looking Santa Fe and I really like the way how it looks. But let me go ahead and show you all the features and the packages this one has. Under the hood, there's going to be a 2.5 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine that is connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This engine produces 191 horses and 181 pound-feet of torque, and the fuel economy numbers on this engine, they're not that impressive, but they are 22 in the city, 25 highway, and 24 combined. And I'm not exactly sure if this XRT trim comes in the turbo 2.5 because the Hyundai website actually does not have the XRT up yet. So I'm not sure if they're going to be offering the turbo on the XRT trim. Here is a MSRP sticker of this XRT. If you guys are interested in the standard features this one has, just go ahead and pause the video. I know it's going to be a little bit hard to see. And it does have the comfort and convenience. It is not a package, it is included in this XRT trim. So basically it does give the 12.3 digital cluster display, wireless phone charger, and the 12-volt outlets. And it does have the 2 USBs in the back, and the price on this one is $36,000. If you guys are curious about the color is called Quartz White, and it does look very good on this XRT Santa Fe. And this XRT is more like an adventure slash off-roady Santa Fe. Definitely looks very good. Coming to the front, I love what Hyundai did with the Santa Fe. It does have that nice off-roady adventure look. The grille is going to be finished in flat black. The Hyundai badge is finished in chrome. It is nice and big right here in the front. And this trim right here is going to be finished in gloss black. I think it does look very good. And definitely the gloss black with the flat black looks very good on this Santa Fe. Everything right here in the front is LED except the turn signal indicators. So the high and low beam are sitting in reflectors. And the daytime running light is up there, and then it goes down into the headlight housing. There's going to be an opening for some air. And seriously guys, overall I love the design of the Santa Fe. They're going to be flat black in the bottom, and this bottom trim is finished in gray. It is nice, and it does give this Santa Fe a rugged look. A bottom grille, and this is the sensor for the braking assist. But let's go ahead and move to the side, and I'll show you the side view of this Santa Fe. Here is the side view of this Santa Fe, and the side view of the Santa Fe looks very good. I'm a big fan of the design, and this XRT trim makes everything look much better. The rims have a really nice design. Usually Hyundai does not do a good job with the rims on their SUVs, but on this XRT trim I think they did the right thing. They are finished in matte black. The size is going to be 235/60/18. I really wish there was a little bit more rubber for this adventure SUV, and I really wish that the rubber was a little bit more aggressive. But as I said, the side view looks very good. There is a good amount of sharp lines. There is a sharp line that starts from the daytime running light and it goes all the way to the tail light. The mirrors are going to be finished in gloss black, and it does have a turn signal indicator, and the bottom is finished in plastic, and the plastic is nice and shiny. And this XRT trim has a running board, which I love the way how it looks. And seriously guys, overall I am a big fan of this XRT. I think it does look very good, and I'm glad that Hyundai did this. And on the roof, there are going to be some gloss black roof rails, and the crossbars are, I think, standard on this XRT if I'm not mistaken. I doubt they are part of an option. I'll go ahead and correct that if I'm wrong, but let's go ahead and move to the back of this XRT, and I'll show you how it looks like from the back. Here is the back of the Santa Fe, and the back of the Santa Fe I think looks pretty good. Up there, there's going to be a spoiler. I think it does look good. The bottom portion of it is going to be finished in gloss black. Third brake light is located right there, and the wiper is right here. I really wish the wiper was actually hidden right underneath the spoiler. I think it would have gave the back of the Santa Fe a cleaner look. For the taillights, everything right here in the back is going to be LED, but the design of the taillights look good, and the body lines look very good. I love the line right here in the bottom, and then another line that is right there, and this piece in the center, this is actually not functional, as in that there is no light in it. Hyundai badge is finished in chrome. 8-track badge is all the way to the right, basically Hyundai all-wheel drive system, and Santa Fe badge is all the way to the left. And in the bottom there are going to be some reflectors, and the turn signal indicator is located in the bottom, and the bottom portion of the bumper is finished in flat black. But all the way in the bottom, this is actually different than the other Santa Fe's. The other Santa Fe's or the other trims are finished in brushed aluminum, but this one is finished in gray, and it does have a different design right here. The other Santa Fe's don't have this design, and this Santa Fe has a tow hitch. It is a $450 option, and the exhaust is connected to the exhaust tape, which is a very good thing. Here is a key. I think it does look good. It has a really nice light weight to it. Feels nice and solid. And it does have 5 buttons on this key: lock, unlock, trunk release, panic button, and a remote start. To remote start the SUV, lock it once and then hold down the remote start button. To open the tailgate, there is 3 different ways: one on the key, one on the tailgate, and one inside. So let's go ahead and open the tailgate. It does have power lift gate, which is good, and it does open nice and quick. Up there, there's going to be a handle and a button to close the tailgate, and there is a ton of space in this Santa Fe. The opening is nice and big, and getting things in and out is super easy because the loading floor is nice and high. It is at body waist, so as I said, getting things in and out is super easy. There is a ton of space. It is nice and wide. And to drop the seats down, there are going to be 2 buttons right here. One to drop the right one down, and the other one is to drop the left one down. A 12-volt next to the buttons. Good amount of storage place. And on the left there is nothing. I think on the higher trims there is a subwoofer right here, or a speaker. Right underneath there is a ton of space, so you could store so many things right here underneath the floor of this Santa Fe. And right here is the jack and the jack tools with a storage place. Alright, so let me go ahead and drop the seats down just to show you the space in this Santa Fe. Seats drop nice and quick, and they drop nice and flat. And seriously guys, there is a ton of space in this Santa Fe with the seats up and with the seats down. Here is the door handle. The door handle does have a good amount of brushed aluminum up top, and in the bottom it is finished in the same color as the SUV. It does have a button right here. This will take care of locking the SUV, and to unlock the SUV there is a sensor right behind the door handle. That's how you unlock the SUV. Here is a front door panel, and the front door panel looks good. I think the design is pretty good. This top portion right here is nice and soft. It is that synthetic rubber material. I love this fake looking carbon trim. I think it does look good, and they did not cheap on it. They actually made this trim go from the left side all the way to the right side of the door. The door handle feels nice and solid. This is going to be plastic. This is almost wrapped in leather. It is nice and soft, but it doesn't feel like leather. The armrest is a little bit on the harder side, but it's not too bad. The window switches, mirror controls, everything looks good, and I love it when companies put a little bit of brushed aluminum on the window switches. It does definitely add a premium look. The speaker does look good. I really like the design of it. And on the bottom, this is plastic, which is completely fine. Good amount of storage place, but I really wish it was a little bit wider, but it's not too bad. For the seats are nice and comfortable, and the design looks alright. I really wish they went with a different design or different look, but they're nice and comfortable. Seat controls are going to be on the side, and this driver's seat has lumbar support. But let's go ahead and move inside this Santa Fe, and I'll show you how it looks like from the inside. Alright, so here is the interior of this 2022 XRT. Does look good. And seriously, the interior is nice and spacious. Steering wheel is wrapped in leather. It is nice and thick, and the 10 and 2 grips are nice and good. They're not too big or too small. I think they're perfect for an SUV. The design of the steering wheel looks pretty good. Brushed aluminum in the bottom, which is a nice touch. Hyundai badge is going to be finished in chrome, and on the left they're going to be the voice command, phone controls, volume controls, and on the right is the safety features, adaptive cruise control, steering assist, and this button right here will control the screen in the middle. There's a good amount of things you could go through. And by the way, this screen is a 12.3 inches. It is a digital screen or an LCD screen. When you change the modes, it does change. So smart, comfort, and snow, they're all the same. When you put it in sport, it does change, but the rest is the same. And seriously guys, resolution is very good, and it's very easy to understand and see the font. Paddle shifters feel nice and solid. And on the left is the headlight controls, the light controls, and the turn signal controls. And on the right is the wiper controls for the front and back. And there is a good amount of brushed aluminum, and even right here there's more brushed aluminum, which is nice. Vents look good, and there is 4 buttons on the left: brightness control, lane keep assist, tailgate release, traction control, and the e-brake is all the way in the bottom. And here is the screen. The screen looks beautiful. I love the way how it's integrated into the dash. It does have that tablet style screen, but it doesn't feel like it's put on the last minute. So the way how it's integrated into the dash is perfect. I love the gloss block on it. It is an 8-inch screen. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and Hyundai system is nice and responsive. And here is the backup camera. Backup camera resolution is very good. It is nice and wide, and it does have touch sensitive buttons on the left and right, and a volume knob and a tone knob right there. And this gloss black looks good. It does not collect a lot of dust like the Tucson. So I think Hyundai did a great job with the placement of the screen. In the bottom there is the AC vents, emergency light button, brushed aluminum around the AC vents, and a storage place right there. And climate controls are very easy to use. Temperature controls for the driver and passenger. So it does have the sync. The dual climate control does have a sync button right there, and an auto function right here. 3 stages for the auto function. And fan speed, you could click on climate, it will display on the screen. So that's nice. And coming down, here is the shifter that will control the 8-speed automatic transmission. Very easy to use. Hit the brake, click P for park, reverse, neutral, and drive. Very easy to use. This is Hyundai shift by wire button or buttons, and it does have, the Santa Fe does have the engine shut off, so when you come to complete stop, the engine will turn off. Brake hold, heated seats, and I love the trim right here on this metal console and on the doors. And it does have hill descent, a button to turn on the backup camera without putting the SUV in reverse. And here is the mode selector. As I said, there's 4 modes you could choose from, and there is a lock button. This will lock the wheels. They will all spin at the same time. If you're stuck, that will make it easier for you to get unstuck. USB, 1 cup holder right there, and another one right here. And this XRT does have wireless phone charger, so put your phone right here and it will start charging. The armrest is very hard. Inside there is a very good amount of space. It does have a removable tray. It is nice and deep, but inside there is no light or USBs or USB-Cs. And here is the rear view mirror. It is nice and big, almost frameless. And underneath is the buttons for the garage controls. It does have halogen lights, which is fine, but for $36,000 that's not fine. But the higher trims will have LEDs, and it does have individual buttons for the left and right light, and another one to basically keep the lights off when the doors are open. Blue link SOS buttons. And here is the visor. It is nice and solid. It is nice and soft, and there is a light up there, it is halogen, and they're going to be a mirror. It is a very good size mirror. Here is the back door, and the back door has the same design as the front. This top portion right here is that synthetic rubber material, so Hyundai did not cheap out back here, which is good. It does have a privacy cover or privacy screen. This is plastic, which is fine. This is the same as the front. It is nice and soft, but not wrapped in leather. Almost feels like leather, but not leather. Window switch here in the back, and door handle feels a little bit lighter than the front one. Speaker has the same design as the front door. Plastic in the bottom, which is expected. Good amount of storage place for the back door, and inside there is a good amount of leg room, and the headroom is very, very good in this Santa Fe. And it does have an armrest with 2 cup holders. It is nice and soft, and there are going to be 2 AC vents, 2 USBs in the bottom, and that's how the front of the Santa Fe looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe XRT. Definitely this XRT is my favorite trim in the Santa Fe lineups, and as I mentioned, this is the 2.5 non-turbocharged. I'm not exactly sure if Hyundai will be offering this in the 2.5 turbo. On their website, the XRT is not there yet, so I'm not sure if they're going to be offering the turbo on the XRT. And I would like to thank ISIM and Key Hyundai in Milford, Connecticut for providing me this XRT. This is the only XRT they have, and I don't think any dealership actually has this XRT in Connecticut. So if you guys are around, make sure to come and check them out. I'm going to go ahead and put the information and link in the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.